Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. Some people are having some trouble. I'm going to write Larry a note here. I need to make my writing smaller. I'll change it to black. You can write on the board, Marie, if you'd like. You just go down to this little a, big A, and go up and click on the board.
Okay. I'm just learning on my new computer here, so I'm
We have 24/7 tech support, so we might as well use it. And Larry is showing that he has a problem. So let's see if he can get his ears on. We've got 2 more people coming in. Kylie, there's no phone number for Larry. You don't have one either? Okay. So we'll see if he responds to the tech number. Marie, just hang out a minute. Marie,
okay.
Are you willing to be a guinea pig?
Sure.
Okay, Larry can write.
Sounds like fun to me.
It is. I should put here download.
Hey, this is Larry. Can anyone hear me now?
Larry, we can hear you. Can you
Hey,
hear me?
this computer stuff is wonderful when it works right.
Okay, Larry, we're recording for you, but go to the top menu bar, the gray one up above the little whiteboard, and there's 3 little pieces of paper there, and it looks like a little notepad.
Like a handout?
Yeah, all the handouts. So you can just click on those and download them.
Oh, my word, they're a bunch.
Go ahead and do that, and we'll start in a minute. Do not start with the 1, 2, 3 one, because that takes a lot of time. Just start with the others.
Got it, thanks.
So do we just leave the 1, 2, 3 one there?
You can download it, Marie, but it just takes a good bit of time. You can download it. It's just going to take a little bit of extra time, so you don't want to waste all your memory.
Okay.
Siri just stepped out for a minute. You will be right back. Okay, as you guys are downloading, that'll continue to download. And somebody has their speaker on, so I'm hearing myself twice, so I'm going to stutter. Okay, let's see if this will still show. We have two great big projects going on here at the Institute of Bioacoustic Biology. And if you guys want a full screen of this, I should go back to the other spot. I'm going back to the board. Look at the bottom where it has a little screen, looks like a TV screen with little arrows out each corner. If you hit that, it'll give you full screen of whatever we're going to be looking at. See how that looks on
Oh, where?
It's at the bottom, Marie, on the bottom bar, and it'll be a little TV screen with little arrows sticking out. You see where my arrow is running around? Okay, see where it says...
No, because it
you see where it says fit to page?
yes.
Bottom right-hand corner. To the left of that, there should be a little TV with arrows out each corner. That's full screen mode. And you can hit that, or you can hit escape to get back out of it. And that'll give you full screen mode on your computer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go back to my desktop because I'm going to show a PowerPoint. That's me last year, up there in the upper left-hand corner. I always like to see who I'm talking to online. You know, we forgot to hook up cameras and stuff. But we're coming to you from the Institute of Bioacoustic Biology and the Sound Health Research Institute, and that's our building. And we are on all 3 floors, and we are scrambling to get everything done that we need to do with these 2 big projects that are coming we need help with. One is the announcement that they think there's a pandemic coming and that it's going to be used as an excuse to create martial law and to keep the present regime and not have elections. And that's being put out by the Natural Solutions Foundation. Well, we have decoded the bird flu. We already know we can do these things because we've already done it with Epstein-Barr and herpes and measles and those other kinds of things. So by extrapolation, we know we can help take care of this. And we need people trained in every community, in every family, in every state, and we just don't have enough people to do it. The other big project we're doing is the returning soldiers. We have a contract with the Army to work on 20 soldiers. 20 soldiers who have traumatic brain injury and 20 who have post-traumatic stress disorder. And I think they're going to send those all in one person, or, you know, in one set. Either they're going to send us 20 people who have both or separated, but somewhere between 20 and 40 people are going to be seen. There are thousands of these soldiers that need to be seen. So we need to train people on how to use these really simple computer programs to help with that, because we truly believe that whoever controls health controls the people. And we want that to be you guys. And so we have started with some very easy options. The first one is absolutely free, NanoVoice. This is a demo program, and to see this demo program, you go to NanoVoice, N-A-N-O, voice.org. You can see it on your screen there. Go to the bottom where it has this little wavy NanoVoice. Click on this NanoVoice, and it will download the complete program for you. It won't even ask your name, address, nothing. This is absolutely free. And the manual is right below it. Click here for your NanoVoice manual. It's simple to use, 6 clicks, and it will print out information about you. We hope you download this. We hope you give it to lots of your friends. Pass it around. It probably won't tell people things they don't know about themselves. Sometimes it might. But what it really tells them is that you can look at information through your voice. And that's the message we're trying to get out there. And we're going to show you a little bit about some of the programs that will do that in addition to the Nano Voice. We're going to talk about the invoice, which is the mother to the Nano Voice. We're going to show you how to look at people's muscles and what might be in stress. So you could work with spas or bad backs, or torn rotator cuffs, just a pain in the back. Mostly the muscle stuff is pain. We're going to work with BioDiet, which shows you nutrition and why people are overweight. We have many of these programs. One to help recover people from a stroke, particularly the voice. We have rejuvenation, which is anti-aging with pathogens. We have women's hormones, just straight nutrition, biohazard, high blood pressure, heart tracker. So I downloaded program descriptions for you. So if you'll look at that, well, it looks like I didn't download the program descriptions. I am going to go back and I'll cancel it if it messes us up, but I'm going to see if I can go on. It's a large program, so it's downloading now. We'll see what happens. I'm going to show you how to use all of these programs in just a very short time, and I have an absolutely ulterior motive. I want to hook you on this system so that you'll want to take it to your community, because I am incredibly overworked. I shouldn't complain. We just need more people. As we bring this incredible method to the community, to the people, then so many people want it that we can't keep up. And you will be receiving a gift for being with us today. We're going to download an audio file of a program for you that you can use to explain to people what this is, and you can give it away to lots of other people. So let's start with Invoice. Invoice is a personality profiler. We started with this so that the FDA won't get on our behinds about doing medical things, and we're just testing the water with it. It does take a microphone that has a built-in sound card. We use Logitech. You can get them at your local Walmart. They're $20. They look like a little quill pen stuck in a little gray vase. Marie, didn't you agree to be our guinea pig?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready to be our guinea pig, okay. Okay, count the hits here. Well, I've opened it, so Marie C, and a date of birth, and you can make it up if you want.
3/28/53.
3/28/53. And see this little zero right here? You're going to talk until that reaches 500 unless I stop it. So I'm going to punch the microphone, and that's the name of our Logitech mic. And when I hit OK, you're going to start talking. Okay.
Okay. What do I need to talk about?
Why don't you talk about why you wanted to listen to this demo, or what your living room looks like, or what you did yesterday, or breakfast.
Okay.
So
I just need to punch OK? All right. Well, I guess I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready to start talking then. The reason I'm listening to this.
I need to stop this because I'm using the wrong mic. I'm actually using a mic here. Okay, now go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Start.
All right. I'm ready to talk now. The reason I'm listening to this program today is because I heard about this on Eliezer and Joseph radio station on Saturday morning a few Saturdays ago, and I had heard about it once before, and I thought, oh, what a unique opportunity to be able to help others and be able to maybe get them well.
You have 551 hits, okay? And you talked about the demo. Let's see if I could talk. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? And I need to save it and send it to you right after the show. Maria C. Marie C. Okay, so you have a very large D, and it's emotional. So this means you like it when everybody's okay, and you're very concerned when they're not, and you try to do something about it. You're very much into seeing that people have the right things for their family and to get on with their life, and you do that from a very spiritual perspective because it's the logical thing to do. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, here is your printout. It says, it's important for you to be spiritual in every part of your life. That's all those high A's. I like the stuff at the end. Your self-approval often depends on how satisfied you are with what you have accomplished. You work to please yourself by your accomplishments, not necessarily for money. Is that true?
Yes.
Your self-power will increase when you begin to demand equal treatment. Do you let people run over you, Marie?
Yes, I do.
Being appreciated is important. You sometimes help others to the detriment of yourself.
Yes.
Is all that true? You like praise but don't always know
Yes.
how to accept it. So that's pretty accurate about you. And we did that from your voice.
It's pretty accurate, yes.
Are you a shield? Did we pay you to do this?
That's just so amazing.
Well, we're going to send this over to you. So you can have the printout because you can do this right online. And for those of you downloading, you'll notice that we have an article here. Can frequencies be successfully sampled over the phone? And the answer to that is yes. And also how to take a vocal print and send it to us through the email. So if you end up doing this, you can do your people right over the phone. And there's also sound health options, all the different ways that this can be done. So this is a time domain aspect of it. And every time you say something, it will come up with this graph. And this person has a lot of spirituality going on. In your case, you had a lot of D, didn't you? So we're going to open a, I need my Sona cards here. We're going to open the set of Sona cards and look at the note of D for you. Can you see these cards? Can you see this note of D? This is a set of cards that's paper size, and so you had a lot of D, and so you have too much lysine, glutamine, glutamic acid, methionine, and glycine. Do you have thinning hair at all?
Yes.
Well, when there's trouble with lysine, sometimes people have thinning hair. So that's the amino acid that might be in stress.
Oh, okay.
So we go ahead and correlate this to data, but we use notes to do it. The biochemicals in stress is potassium, so there might be some energy issues or leg cramp issues. Thyroid might be involved.
Oh, yes.
So this shows you with this set of cards that comes with your instruction manual that you can do someone's health issues in a general way. Let me get back my other PowerPoint here. And you can look at what's going on. We would look at the Sona cards in terms of the A sharp card for this person who has so much A sharp. There's too much of it, but they also have not very much D. And in your case, you had lots of D. So if you met this person, you would probably instantly like them because you would have a place to dump all your D. And that's time domain.
Okay.
Larry, you have any questions about this?
No, this is absolutely excellent. Looks like the Sonic cards there would be very beneficial.
You can buy those separately,
Yeah.
and it's the same kind of thing that goes on with your nano. And look at which frequencies are too much and which frequencies are not enough. Do we have anybody else online with us yet? Let's go look at that. We have some other people scheduled. Nope, you guys are it. That's good. Then we can play with both of you. Okay, Mary, the next program that we're going to look at is the muscle program. And for this one, we need a different kind of recording. With Marie, we used a recording that dealt with the musical notes and separated them into the 12 notes of the scale. For you, we're going to use a sound recorder that comes on your computer. If you don't have one, you can download it from the internet, and we have a link to that we can give to you if you need it. What system on your computer are you using, Larry?
You're talking about for my sound system?
Do you have XP, Vista?
Oh, yes, I do have Windows XP. I just upgraded to Service Pack 3, so it should be pretty much normal.
XP is great, and it'll have the sound recorder on it. Go to your Start menu, go to Programs,
Okay.
Accessories,
Got it.
Entertainment, and you'll see the sound recorder. Marie, what system are you using?
Vista.
Vista. Okay, you'll have to go online
Yes.
to download the sound recorder for your computer. But both of you are able to use any of the programs that we have. So for you, Larry, we need a 30-second vocal print, and we're going to look at your muscles. Are you having any pain anywhere? Just tell me about your body.
Are you going to do the actual recording from your end over the phone, or am I supposed to use this? Oh, okay. Well, it's outstanding. Well, as a rule, I am...
Stop. I don't have the right mic hooked up, obviously.
Okay, yes. You need to change back to your original one, don't you, or the one that's online again.
Yeah, I will change to the Samsung.
There you go.
Let me check the volume. It's okay. All right, apply, and we're okay. Okay, now go.
Okay, well, as far as I feel here, my body is really in pretty good shape here. I would like to do more biking than I'm doing, but I can get out and I can ride 9 miles is generally my shortest time, and about 18 in the last month has been the longest time here. My muscles sometimes get a little bit sore as a result of that, but the soreness doesn't seem to last very long. As far as any other exercises, I seem to continue to put those off so I can do my energy research in the bringing forth less expensive, better energy for us so that the power company can go do something differently than they're currently doing now.
Are you doing those converting cars?
No, I've had an incredible change of things in the last 2 years, and that's why I'm stepping back and reviewing everything. And when I got back from a trip in California, I went to Beyond the Ordinary, and I've been with those folks for a couple of years, and you were on there. So I lived...
And Nancy.
Nancy and Elena, that's right. And I went to your site here, and then I learned about Nano Voice. Actually, you told it, I downloaded it, and it's amazing what it does.
Do you understand why people haven't just taken this and run with it?
Yes, I do. It's the same thing that is going on in, you name it, politics, medicine, energy, and it's that there has not been a need yet, but in traveling across the country on this last trip, I am so pleased at how enlightened a lot of people are at various levels. So I believe we're going to beat the socks off of this 2012 major energy change, and we're going to be way further along than I ever imagined, and in a good way.
Right. Great. As soon as we get people used to doing it with a computer, we're going to teach them to do it themselves. We have to get their belief system up by doing it with a machine, and then we'll go for inside. Larry, what's your birthday? Make it up if you want.
We'll just absolutely make this up. How about December the 21st of 1948? Sounds good.
Okay. 12/21/48. Okay. Gender male, and we're going to look at your muscles. Don't tell us which muscles are at issue. Okay. This is the Abacus program. It comes with your kit, and it automatically pulls the points it thinks are significant. And there it is. It didn't pull these three. I don't like that. I don't know why it didn't, so I'm going to pull or get rid of a few that are really near this dark gray grid. Can you see that dark gray grid? When your voice is coherent, then things in that dark gray grid are things we don't have to mess with. This is one right here. This is called a slice, and I don't usually do these online, but that is such a significant slice. I'm going to go look at it. And it's about 193. I'm going to expand this. And these are all programs that you learn to use in your class. And we have this demo class. We have a one-day class. We have a two-day class. And we have a week class. And the week class teaches you to do sound presentation. For instance, they're going to threaten us with this bird flu. We know those numbers. And we can set the numbers, the antidotes on the tone box. And just like you may have a muscle that gets sore, we can work with the muscle, but we can also work with, I'm going to make a picture of that so they can send it off to you when they send it.
Okay.
Over here in my Microsoft Word document. Okay, we'll just save that for later. What was I saying? Pull the points.
You were covering two areas. Number one, you were covering how we get into this in the pandemic, and then you were going to focus on an area on the muscles here before you went into that area.
I remember. We can look at, I want to take this slice right there too at 13. We can look at your muscles, but you said they get sore, so we can also look at pyruvate, pyruvic acid, oxygen, and lactic acid, because when the muscles get sore, it means that the body did not have enough, I'm going to mark these with an X. The body didn't have enough metabolism to get rid of the lactic acid. And how you get rid of lactic acid is to combine it with pyruvate and oxygen. It needs both of them. And we have decoded all of those things, and the body is full of math. It's a math matrix. So if you take oxygen by a frequency and pyruvate by a frequency, the body subtracts it. Just like you have binaural eyes that bring everything together, the ears do the same thing. They subtract the two sounds and give you the difference. And when you do that, when you take oxygen and pyruvate and subtract them, you get lactic acid mathematically.
Amazing.
The body is just this tremendous, awesome math matrix. I'm going to make another picture of this after we did it. Put it over here. Shift, insert. Oh, I don't want it that way. I want to undo. Okay, then go in and do it, because I erased the last one. I don't want to do that. So I've got two of them here for you so we can show this slice. Also, I am going to minimize that, and then, I forgot to save it. Oh, that's horrible. That's not it. That's somebody else's. I got 2 or 3 here. Okay, there's yours, and I need to save it using this little Rubik's Cube because we equate people's illnesses with their Rubik's Cube. It's all messed up. It doesn't look good, and that, to me, is the color framework that we can translate into frequency. So if the Rubik's Cube is all great and has all of its sides all put together, we call that a lack of, we call it ease because it's a lack of dis-ease. I don't have my disk in here. Let me put that in so we can find it really easy. So we look at all of those mixed up frequencies on the Rubik's Cube. as an analogy to what we're doing here. And that's why we have this little Rubik's Cube looking thing down here to remind us of what's going on. Now I can minimize that, and we're going to open muscles. And I hope this is the muscles for the research and not the public one. Now watch how easy this is. After we pull the points, we open it. Larry R. online, dump it in, and say, give me a report. And we're looking for 4 or anything better. So you have a 5 here, and we'll send you this report also. The 5 is chemical detox, regulation of body oxygen, and degeneration of body process. It's also the immune system. So we'll come back to that. We'll send it to you. And on your muscle list, we look for anything that's there more than once. So the muscles that you have in stress here are the semispinalis thoracis. That's down your back along your spine. And that's a 3. And you only have...
Interesting.
You have one side strong, one side weak, and probably one of these, see there's nothing there, probably one of those X's that I marked, because the X's don't show up on this. So we know that appeared 3 times, semispinalis thoracis. That's where most of your issues are, and it's because it's strong on one side and weak on the other. So we would give you a whole brain formula for this. Piriformis, that's keeping the hip and the thigh in sync. That's a little low. Psoas muscle, that's an inner thigh muscle, a little low. So these are the things that you might want to exercise.
Yes.
And the really tight ones are the ones that you might want to stretch. Now, you can't stretch your ear muscle. You might want to stretch your deltoid before you start because it's high.
All right.
You certainly want to stretch your spine for the semispinalis thoracis. This can be used for rehabilitation, for sports training, just in spas, massage, chiropractic. So a lot of uses for this particular kind of report. We can also do predictive. So we can say, if you don't fix this, this is what's going to happen. Is there anything there that's the back? Let's see. Let's just hunt for back muscles. There's a back muscle. There's another back muscle. And another semispinalis thoracis muscle. So it tells us that these muscles are going to be in stress if there's no intervention with that semispinalis thoracis. And we'll send you this report.
It's amazingly quick how you have got all this work together where it just, I mean, it's nearly instantaneous once you dump the sounds in.
Absolutely. You can do this and have it. I can have an appointment with somebody online and have their stuff back at them in about 20 minutes if I'm not doing a lot of other things like running online. So let's do the same thing. Let's look at your nutrition. And this gives you very similar kinds of reports. I'm going to look for nutrition about muscles and your pyruvic acid. We can also look at if you have any issues. You had muscle issues that they get stiff. So let's look and see what we have about muscles. Wow. So we can print this and send it right out to you that these are all the different things. We probably should put pain and muscle, or muscle pain.
Amazing.
Cross-reference. Biotin is a cross-reference. What if
Okay.
we put pain? Lots of things for pain, and there's too many for muscles. We can organize these. If I open another nutrition, we could cross-reference these and see what's really going on. So if I put muscle in here, so let's cross-reference muscle and pain, and there's biotin. Germanium is not there. Phenylalanine. not there. Proline and biotin are the ones that cross-reference with muscle and pain. Okay, let's look at what you have in your data. Okay, we still have a D, 4, and when we're dealing with nutrition, D is gallbladder, liver, and there's that A sharp again about detoxifying. That could be liver too. So your calcium phosphate, a calcium salt, is unbalanced. Lipoic acid is low. Improves muscle strength here. There's some muscle relationship.
You're saying I should be taking my alpha lipoic acid?
What it says.
Oh, wow.
Beta carotene is high. May not be useful. You need essential fatty acids, and lipoic acid is one, for the use of carnitine. So that may be what's not allowing this to be useful. So the ascorbic acid is high. That's water soluble, so probably means you're not using it. Calcium's intrinsic factor, unbalanced. That requires cysteine and helps make your B12. That also helps with muscle. B1, B1, B1. Look at how many times you have B1. Is there any muscle metabolism there? Mitochondrial metabolism, weight loss, intestines, enhances circulation. I'm going through this quickly because there are more than one page. Look at how much vitamin C is in stress. Okay, when we see this much vitamin C in stress, we go looking for something called a nutrient assimilation chart.
I see. So you just answered the question I had about what is down the left-hand column, and it's something that's in stress, and we're talking about vitamin C at this point. Okay.
Yes, and for it to be that high, and since vitamin C is water soluble, then we got a little bit of an issue here. This is a nutrient assimilation chart, and I put this on there for a download, so you guys have this. So we go looking at vitamin C, and we look at biflavonoids, calcium, magnesium, helps metabolize folic acid, tyrosine, phenylalanine, helps iron, calcium. But mainly you need calcium and magnesium to make the vitamin C work, and biflavonoids, which is the other part of ascorbic acid.
Yes.
One part.
Based on what you're telling me here, from my situation, I would say it's the calcium and magnesium that I probably should really work on.
Well,
in order for the bioflavonoids and the C to take. Am I understanding that right?
Well, your vitamin C is too high. It's not being useful. And vitamin C also helps with collagen and connective tissue. So see how it's too high?
Let me ask you this question. I take, and I took it probably 15 minutes before this, one of those 1,000 milligram emergency ascorbic acid with minerals. Could that have driven this voice print this way?
Absolutely, since it's water soluble and it's really high. But when you take emergency, you also need to take magnesium with it because it can stress your kidneys.
Okay. Okay, that now we've tied a direct correlation to something I did and something showed up here, which in real world, that helps people understand that this works.
Absolutely, and this green sheet comes with your kit so you can help people understand their reports. Okay, here's your minerals. Your iodine is very high and not working. So we're going to jump right over here, and we're going to look at high iodine. Here it is, used for the production of thyroid hormones. Remember that the vitamin C said thyroid too. So we probably should look at that. You have high iodine.
Right.
And you had high vitamin C, because we're going to go back and look at the connections with that. So we see potassium. Well, that's a supplement. We don't care about that. So another report that you can help people look at. These are enzymes, amylase, the use of carbohydrates. That one's high. The others are low. You do not want catalase low and be a biker or any kind of strenuous muscle athlete, because the catalase gets the trash out of your blood. So you can buy catalase from your health food store. You could buy it from Therozyme. Theryzyme. They are based in Wisconsin. I do believe it's Howard Loomis's organization. carnitine high probably means it's not useful. You can go right back to that green sheet and look at your amino acid section, look at carnitine, and look at this, enhances antioxidant A and C. Here this is vitamin C again, lysine, methionine, B vitamins, and remember you had B1 was really on there a lot of times. I'll go back and show that to you as soon as we get finished. But you can look at any of these and see where your amino acids stand. Really important for athletes because they're rebuilding their body with these amino acids. Lysine is low. Most of your amino acids are low. There's the tyrosine. That's the amino acid for the thyroid. So I would say to you, you've got some thyroid involvement, and it's likely from your vitamin C being at issue.
All right.
So we can look at these and go back and look at those cocktails and open this again. Instead of use now, we're going to go look at iodine. And the other one you had was vitamin C.
Right.
You also had tyrosine. That was really low. Okay, so we order these and we see if there's any commonalities. Okay, addiction, cancer is the first one that's not on there. Development of mental, well, anxiety and brain helps with mood. Fat metabolism, fat reduces body fat, headaches, that was there before. Hormonal, liver, migraines, mood, phenylalanine. Remember that when we looked at pain, phenylalanine was part of it? So if we print it out, you could see it. Thyroid. Look, there's thyroid.
Yes.
Thyroid. So you begin to cross-reference these. If you had it in front of you, you would print it out. You wouldn't put two of these up here together.
Right.
But you're able to look at what the stress is and then back into what maybe the disease is with this. And I hear Marie saying, I want to do it. Marie, you want to jump on and do one of these? You ready?
Yes.
Please, 30 seconds of your voice and we'll do your nutrition. You see how quick we can do it. Talk to me for 30 seconds.
And what do I need to talk about?
Food you eat.
The food I eat? Oh, okay.
Go.
Today I had boiled squash and tomatoes, and this morning I had cereal, which was more of a fiber cereal, and most of the time I eat I like chips and salsa. That's my downfall, and I like Mexican food, but I haven't been eating a whole lot of it. I like any kind of beans except green beans, unless they're green pintos. I love green pintos. And okra.
Got it. And the time is 4:46.
Oh.
Let's just see what we can do here. Can you turn that air conditioner back on? I am hot. Marie, C. Okay, we're going to save your chart. We're going to open an abacus. Bring that chart in. Marie C. There it is. Whoops, I didn't spell mine right. And Marie gave us for her birthday, but I forget it. What's your birthday, Marie?
3/28/53. 3/28/53.
Or should have wrote it down, 3/28/53. and gender is female, and we're going to look. Do you have anything going on you want us to look at?
I don't really think so.
So I'll just put down general. Okay, I'm going to pull the points.
Okay.
I don't like it that it didn't pull those points right there, so I'm going to get rid of those and go back and pull these 2 points. And I'm going to put a T there for trauma. Full side. I'm going to save it over to my disk. Open the nutrition program. Or we can do hormones or whatever you'd like.
Oh, hormones would be great.
Hormones? Let me see if I can find New Woman. Do you see it anywhere, Kylie, and I'm just not seeing it? I see the heart one. Well, did I just lie to this lady and tell her I can't do her? I know we have one called New Woman. I don't see it on there. Let me look on my start menu and see if I can find it. There it is. It's the public one, so it won't show up those other two.
Uh-huh.
We'll know that something's blank, though, is trauma and too high. So, here's your report. Oh, no directionality for those two, because this is the public program and it's not going to accept an X.
Oh, okay.
And it says your main issue, well, you don't have a main issue. You have lots of 3s, a couple 4s, but your main issue is that D that was high. That's gallbladder, pancreas, making your hormones, making your bile salts. That's where that falls in. So
okay.
1 is very high, which means you're not using it. So we would jump right over to that chart. And this comes, I mean, you've downloaded it. You can look at it. So B1, you need the B group and manganese to make that useful. B1 also helps make thyroid.
Okay.
It also helps make the integrity of the inside or the outside of your internal organs. Selenium low. You do not want selenium low. Selenium helps the thyroid change T3 to T4. It also helps with the integrity of the circulatory vessels, as does silica. So this is something you might want to look at. Here we use bamboo silica from Enerex, E-N-E-R-E-X. Here's some hormones that are low and high. This is not good to have this equilin high, because that's an artificial one. It may be that it is the frequency of something else if it's not taking it. And it's not good to have lipotropin low, because you'll begin to not be able to use the fats that's coming into your system.
Oh.
Infertility. We'll send this over to you. Do we have your emails? Vasointestinal peptide high. Usually that's indicative of issues with being able to use your digestive enzymes.
Okay.
And those are your hormones. That's not very much. Let's see, I'm going to write down that I did hormones. We can send that. You want to save changes? Yes. Let's just dump you in this nutrition one real quick.
Okay.
Lipoic acid high. Theirs is low, yours is high. When you have lipoic acid high, sometimes there's a tendency for your bowels to be sluggish.
Oh, okay.
Beta-carotene high, that's good, but it may mean it's not useful. Beta-carotene comes from bile salts, and cysteine, serine, coenzyme A, and taurine allows the manufacture of your beta-carotene. I really want to take a good look at your liver because there's some obvious stress there. And B1 is in stress. Selenium low. You do not want selenium and silicon together low. It means there's your circulatory elasticity is compromised. So it's something we need to look at. Collagenase A high, that's okay, that'll help. Lysozyme low, don't like that. Superoxide dismutase, that's good to be high unless it's not usable. Papain is okay to be high if you are taking a lot of live enzymes. Glutathione high. No, we need that glutathione to be working. And we don't want it high at all. To make glutathione work, you need cysteine, glutamic acid, and glycine. You can also buy this at your health food store, but you'd need it in a combination because it's high and unusable. So we need to kick it in with giving you more frequency of this to make it useful. Let's remember that so we can see what it does in the system. So let's look at the cocktails and glutathione that you have in stress. And there's all the things that glutathione does. Lungs, intestinal tract, breaks down fats, anti-aging, it's a detoxifier, prevents oxidation in the cells, blood disorders, good stuff. This is all in your database, and you get a reference book with your kit that also talks about this. You can see firsthand what this does, the things that we've done with it, and we're going to send you an audio tape of some of the things that we've done with this. You can go to our site, nutrisounds.com, and it's changed every day, well, almost. And the way you get to Nutrisounds and what it looks like today, there it is. And lots of information, things you can download, lots of free videos. This is what we're talking to you, a piece of this. This is a kit that we've gone over today to help you get started. You get lots of books and computer programs, and I will appear with you at your local radio stations to get your business started. And if you think I'm trying to talk you into taking this course, you're absolutely right. We need help. This is our journal. It's online. It's free, jbab.org, Journal of Bioacoustic Biology. Download that. Gives you lots of information. This has been published. We have already proven the concept. We have proof of concept in the many research projects that we have done. This is one that we did at the local hospital about a woman going into, what do they call labor that they do? Induced labor. And we showed that we could follow the Pitocin that they gave her. This was printed in the Journal of Bioinformatics and also in the Acoustic Society Journal. We can do fibromyalgia. A lot of the times that's just the lactic acid in the body, and we have 2 tone boxes for fibromyalgia because we found that it deals with the inability to get rid of lactic acid, and particularly when there's too much iron in the body. This is a video of a news program. It's available on our site. You can download it for free and see how we dealt with it. It was astounding. They challenged us to do it on the air, and we were successful. Another thing that you can download is this short video. It's 3.27 minutes long. And it shows this little girl, actually she looks to be about 10 and then about 15. They were taken 3 months apart. Her diagnosis was failure to thrive, and we were able to kick in her growth hormones, and she was on the verge of retardation and didn't have any energy. She is now in her senior year and on the dean's list, so we've changed her life significantly. We really think that we can look at vocal profiling as a holographic representation of your body, and not only can we do the diagnostic part, we can do the sound presentation and cause your body to kick in the frequencies that should have been working all along. This is another case from Canada, one of our practitioners there, Jim Thompson. This mother and her young child and then a newborn was having trouble and getting very, very ill. They went to all the doctors there, nobody could help. It ended up being carbon monoxide poisoning, and we were able to tell that from the vocal prints, and we got a vocal print from the baby by listening to the baby's crying. Sure enough, it was verified. There was a flex hose in their car that was putting carbon monoxide fumes up into the carriage, and then they started to put the pieces together. They never got ill unless they were in the car more than 20 minutes, and it was in Canada where it was cold, and it was in the wintertime. So those are the kinds of holistic looks that we can take of a family and issues. Another astounding one, Dr. Russ Rudy. He's an MD in a local hospital here near us in Lancaster. He had multiple sclerosis, or that's what they said he had. He really didn't. He had damage to his spine. We started on working with him about November of one year, and by May the next year, he was walking, doing well, and his lab test showed that there was recruitment and nerve volume, and his cases continued. We've helped him regenerate his nerve fibers from his waist down. Now, right now, he's experiencing some stiffness in how he walks, and we need to help him do that. I just called him to ask him if he wanted to come back in, because he said this winter when it was cold, he was really stiff. He usually comes in every few months, but we haven't seen him for about 6 months now. So we want to take a look at that, see if maybe it's low thyroid, low connective tissue. And we've looked at sugar in the muscles to see if that can cause stiffness, because we've noticed it in some of the diabetics. We've done a lot with autistic kids and Asperger's kids. We got this little girl when she was 6 and was able to identify a wheat allergy, and we helped her through that. She's not autistic anymore. We find the frequencies through their vocal print, and then we provide those frequencies back through this tone box that says shoulder here, and there's 6 buttons, and there's all kinds of things that we can give to them in different channels. A whole family can use one box. For instance, this is Bob Bethel. He works with us at Sound Health, and Bob had a motorcycle accident, and he ripped off the lower part of his leg, and they rebuilt that leg from muscles from his back, bones from his hip, and skin from his leg, and you can see it doesn't look very pretty. We got him 4 years after the accident, and he was not walking well at all, kind of dragging that leg around. It took about a year to rebuild the leg. Now look at that. Doesn't it just look like a half a football cut in two and stuck in there? As we were working with him, put him on the sounds, his leg now looks more normal. It's not swollen, it's not jelly-like, and he can play tennis, he can run, and the sounds have taught that muscle to be a leg muscle that they took out of his back. As I said before, we have specialty boxes. This is a box for back pain. Works for about 80% of back pain. The part it doesn't work for is people who've had operations. We have a Charlie Chaser for muscle cramps. Boy, some of those tennis champions needed that one. What else? We have a Fab Abs to make your abdominals flatter. We have a gout box. We can make a specialty box for almost anything that you want. Actually, we made a box for these people going on vacation in the Everglades to run off the mosquitoes, to help with poison ivy. One of the guys had a heart issue, so we put digitalis and some things on there. So we can pretty much build what you want, and we build templates all the time. Recent templates we've done is insulin resistance, hypertension, balding, wrinkles, arthritis. I can't remember all of them. The state of your health can be found in the sound of your voice.
So Sherry, you're saying here, as I hear it, that you're only limited by what you can get to and build.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow. This is pretty neat. You've really done a lot.
And when you see the new film that just came out yesterday, it is absolutely awesome. So these two big projects that we're doing, we hope you can at least start with NanoVoice and get involved so that you can test some of these soldiers coming back, because we're convinced that the government isn't always able to reach all the people that it needs to, and people are falling through the cracks, and there's thousands of people that need help, and we're only a very small group here. We only have about 3,000 people trained. And you think about that, and 3,000 people, that sounds like a lot. But think about the idea that if there were only 3,000 doctors in the world, how overworked would they be? And
Exactly.
we need people in every city, every community. So our wish is that you start with a NanoVoice and join us just as soon as you can. If you are intent and want to do this, you have the desire and vision to do it, then we'll try to help you get in class and get going.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Oh, thank you guys for being
Wow.
It's wonderful to have an audience and who has an interest and wants to listen. I really appreciate you being with us. Kimberly Kay, you came on. This is good. Kimberly has been a practitioner and been with us for a couple of months. Kimberly, do you want to say anything to these potential students that I've been talking to for an hour?
Oh, yes. I cannot say enough. I'm in love. I'm in love with sound health. I'm in love with what I'm learning and studying. The only thing I love more are my children. And when I was there for class, I was having problems with my back. I had a pinched nerve, and I needed that box. We programmed a box for me, a tone box, and it took care of my headache immediately. My pain was gone in 20 minutes, and that was consistent each time I put it on. And I don't need it anymore. In fact, I don't even really need to even go see a chiropractor anymore, because my body is now doing what it needs to do to put things in place. So to not only take care of the pain, but I have more energy, and I'm so excited to be a part of this. This is awesome. I cannot say enough. I am absolutely in love, and I have high hopes and big dreams, and I'm really looking forward to this being a part of the rest of my life and helping the people that find their way to me.
Well, Kimberly, one of the things that you're taking advantage of is that we have free Sunday sessions for people to help them work with different kinds of things. You've joined the forum, so you get to read thousands of cases and emails about all of this. You've stayed in touch, and you're taking advantage of the continuing education that we provide for people who take class. And you listen to the radio stations faithfully.
Yes, I do. I've recorded. I downloaded the recordings, and I listen to it over and over again, because Sherry, you do such a good job. This is really. I was not a mathematician when I went to school. When I was in 20 plus years ago, when I was in school, math was not my greatest subject, and I love the way you word it. It's math medicine, and which is, I would never imagine myself being a part of either one of those things. But you have such a way of describing it that makes it understandable to everyone, and I guess I want to be able to explain it the way that you do, and so that people can understand not only the potential, but that they can do this. They can do this themselves. This is not something that you necessarily have to go find somebody who can help you. You can help yourself. You can help your family. You can help others, that you know and love in your own little circle, and help them with either health issues, emotional issues. I mean, this just covers everything. I've never seen anything like this. And my mom had been looking, because she's had some health issues. She'd been looking for 10 years. And it wasn't until they were almost ready to go into some other field and look for, and get help in a different area, until my mom had heard Sherry on a Coast to Coast, and she knew that this was it. She knew you had the answers, and then she wanted my dad, to get involved, and which he is now. He's also a practitioner, and so now we're going to do it as a family business.
And all of the videos and profiles that you looked at before, were you convinced before you came to class, or was it your own experience that tipped you over to the belief?
I was convinced before I came to class, and again, I'll credit you to that because of just your way of communicating and making it understandable. Because, you know, the other thing that I liked about the way that you described it in your material is it is amazing. I mean, you kind of sit there with your jaw open and your mind going, how can this really be? But in the testimonials, you know, the people feel better. They feel significantly better. But maybe there might be a little bit of pain left, or maybe they still, you know, it's not perfect in that it's not a total cure. Forgive me for using that another word to use, but it allows people to you left the moles on. You left the moles and warts on because it is tangible. I guess that also was something that convinced me that this is real, because sometimes, you know, when something sounds too good to be true, you want to go, it's too good to be true. But because of the way it was described, young lady with cancer, what she really wanted was off morphine, and that's what she got. You know, she was able to be, you know, drug free, and but you know, she wasn't able, you know, she was too. Other examples, a lady was able to hear. She can hear a lot better, but you know, it's still not. She doesn't. It's not like back when she was, you know, 19 years old. And I appreciate your honesty. I guess that's what it comes down to. You're honest with what you've got, and that just was. I appreciated that.
So what you're saying is that we report our failures and our successes and our partial successes, and that makes it believable. We need that because we're just learning. This is a new science. Thank you, Kimberly. This has been a wonderful session. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Marie, for being with us. And we'll send you your report.
You're awesome.
Thank you very much.
Larry.
Bye-bye, Sherry.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sherry.
Talk later.
Bye-bye.
Stay in touch. I should put my email address up here for you. It's Sherry, SHARRY, Edgar, at Gmail. So if you have any other questions, you can get in touch with me. 989. And everybody else.
Got it.